Okay, so this is chapter 3. And in chapter 3, you talk about we're going on to molecules, compounds, and chemical equations. Now, what are molecules and compounds? And why are they important? Well, before we looked at the periodic table and we looked at all the elements on the periodic table and see that things exist as elements. Well, if everything only exists as elements, we won't have everything you see around us. They're just elements will just be there. Be really small. And you won't have things like cars, houses, people, trees, oxygen. All these things are compounds. All these things are formed because of molecules, because of molecular bond, because the atoms bond together. So when they bond together, you form substance like air, water, people. All these things come from bonding, from chemical equations. Atoms bond together to form compounds, and that's why we're gonna talk about today. So you have an atom. So when atoms bond together, they form substances. These substances are completely different from the original substance, like the hydrogen, which is a gas. Two hydrogen atoms, when it bonds with one oxygen atom, you get H2O, you get water. This water is completely different from hydrogen, and oxygen by itself is a gas. So when you bond, you get gas. This is flammable. This is flammable. This is not flammable. So when atoms, molecules bond together, they form compounds. The compound is substance with two or more different types of atom. The substance itself is completely different. So there are two ways that atoms bond together. Right? There's two ways bonding take place. Number one is ionic bonding. Ionic bonding. So why does ionic bonding take place? Well, ionic bonding takes place because in an atom, let's say this is an atom, protons and neutrons. Proton, neutron, atom. So protons and neutrons. In an atom, you have electrons circling around it. Protons. Ionic bonding takes place. What an atom tries to do, or the whole idea of an atom, is that it tries to be stable. It doesn't like to be in the environment, flying around as unstable. Like that means when we're unstable, means the outer shell is not filled. If the outer shell of an atom is not filled, it's unstable. So it tries to be stable. That's why most things in nature are compounds. Rarely do you get something not just an atom. Only reason you get things that are pure atoms are things that are stable. That's why things like gold, silver, these things are pretty stable because the electrons are filled in the outer shell. Now let's take example. One way is ionic bonding. So ionic bonding simply is when, let's say you have an atom like this, right? And there's only one proton, electron in the outer shell, right? What happens is that the atoms try to be stable. Let's say another atom comes along and it has protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? Neutrons and electrons, right? Another atom comes along, and this atom contains two in the inner shell. Let's say it contains 7 in the outer shell. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you take this one away. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 in the outer shell. What would happen is that it would steal this electron from this atom. Now this atom is okay with that, it would allow it to take it, because to an atom it's easier to lose an electron and become stable in this case than to gain 7. So it tries to lose, if it has a chance, it tries to lose the 1. This atom would take it and become stable, and what would happen is that this would become, because this has less electrons, this would become positively charged. Now this has an extra electron that's become negatively charged, and because this is positively charged, is negatively charged because of magnetic forces, ionic forces. This with positive charge, just like a magnet, they would attach each other. So these both atoms would come together after this shared this one to form a new compound. That's the principle behind ionic bonding. Another type of bonding is ionic bonding, covalent bonding. Next type of bonding is covalent bonding. So let's spell this here. Yeah, covalent bonding. Covalent bonds. So another way atoms bond together by covalent bonds. How covalent bonds take place is that, let's say you have an atom, whatever the atom is, protons and neutrons, right? And the shells are full, and this inner shell is filled. Let's say the outer shell has 7. It just needs 1 to be stable. Now if another atom comes along, similar properties, protons, neutrons, another atom comes along, protons and neutrons, it has 2 stable in the inner shell. Let's say the inner shell is also stable, because it's 2 different atoms, and the outer shell has 7 as well. This has 7. So what would happen is that these two would decide to actually share the electron. So they will come together and they would share electron. And when they do that, this counts as 7, because when they come together it comes as 1. So the outer shell, they share electrons, so they become like, the outer shell becomes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, this one has 8, and this one, in a shared way, this one also has 8. So they bond together in this way. The outer shell now becomes stable, so they form a different compound and they bond together covalently. This is called covalent bonding.